Hey folks, carrying on with our Valor of the Guards campaign game 4. This is going to be still the first day, 14 day, and we're entering turn 5. We're just going to go quick recap. So you know what's going down with the scenario card. You can see it right here. SASL parameters are the same. Nothing's changed. We still have a 4, 5, 6 for the enemy RE. No friendly REs. I never paid for the cost. It's just 6 CPP or 5 if I want to get one less DRM. It doesn't seem to be worth the cost of a company, so I figured why spend the points. So we're not going to go that route itself. AC is a 3, and everything else is pretty much the same. Alright, so I got some reinforcement rolls. I got to get these guys on the board, so we need to roll a die roll less of the turn. Of course I roll that. And then I need to roll for my Stukas. So I get 3 Stukas, that's great. My southern reinforcements may not even make it onto the board before the game ends. Now, because this is the first day, the campaign goes all the way, or the campaign game date goes all the way to turn 8. So there's still a chance. We still got 3 more turns of reinforcements, but with this kind of setup here, I'm not sure how much impact, excuse me, they're going to actually make on the battle, if they actually make it on to the battlefield. So all right, let's do some rallies. Wind change die roll. We have a 10 and no wind change. We increase size. Alright, so we need to find 2 self rallies that we want to do. Not that. That 7's not too bad up top. I'm really hurting for leadership. We look at the casualty bin. These 5 are all tagged by a sniper. I have been lucky that I have not lost a leader since, but it's it's losing all my command up in the north is very difficult in solitaire, because you need your command die rolls to be passed in order to do something. And the fact that I've got one of my 9-1s sitting off board, not doing shit for 2 turns, is difficult to say the least, because I can't get much in the way of command and control up in this area. So maybe I do bring this guy back. Anyway, let's see what else we got. In the middle area, 2 8s. This is not too bad. Again, I like to reach this Communist Gaia avenue by end of play, because setting up for the inevitable night counterattack, barring a horrific die roll. If I roll a 6 for the Russians, then they probably won't attack, but a 5 or less, and they're probably going to be attacking at night. Excuse me, which means that if I can get this 1 hex buffer, I can activate them a whole hex sooner, and that way they're not jumping on me when I'm sitting in this rubble at night with their stealth. So, because it's going to be a lot of 458, 447 activations, not so much the 426 and the NKVD. So if I do those 2, that wouldn't be too bad. Looking in the south, really not too much to choose from. There is that engineer here. I could use him, actually. Let's do him. Alright, so he's back. And then we're going to do one of those 2 8s. I got with the LMG, and we failed. Alright, so now we can do normal rallies. Again, hurting for leadership, because I could have a nice leader up there to help with all this, but I don't. I do have 2 A1s here, so I should probably send 1 back to do some rallying, or this 7-0 would be a better job than just hanging around helping out this. As a matter of fact, I gotta remember myself to send this guy north and do just that for the next turn. And we've also got flames on the go, so we have to be wary that we don't start burning our units out. They've already had to run a couple times, so we got to make sure that I guess that we can see them loss. Nobody's in line of sight, so I guess we'll keep that. Right, so that's going to be it for the Germans. Not too bad. And the typical Russian issue is they have crap leadership as well. A couple berserk guys inside. This happened in the last part of the Russian turn 4. These guys went berserk. So these guys here are going to rally right now. And that would be 2 yeses. Now, they are in a hex with a berserk guy. Would they actually roll for, in the rally phase, for going berserk? I don't think they necessarily would, because it didn't happen at the time that this guy went berserk. And these guys routed into that hex from other locations. Meanwhile, we got this guy here. And the other conscript squad as well. That would be a 6, 7 for the building, 8 for the commissar. So this guy's actually going to be casualty reduced. You can get rid of that. This guy, yes. And I'll tell you, this smoke is not helping my case any with clearing this building out, which I must take by the end of play. Again, having those guys go berserk is really going to be helpful. I more or less just have to wait for them to charge out and clear out the position. We need 4 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nary a 1. You'll keep yours and get to the rubble. This guy here that has refused to rally will continue to refuse to rally. And you guys are going to keep yours as well. Yeah, you're going to keep moving towards those buildings. And here, for the same reason, you're going to keep moving to those buildings. Alright, so that's it for that. Let's get to the prep fire, bring in our artillery, which is right here. We're going to drop an AR on this guy. I need to do a chit draw. Rocket's already done, so this guy here, we get a black. That's great. I'm pretty sure that I can see that guy because of the hex. I'm a level 2, this is only level 1, and I'm right here, so... So it's a 14 hex range, and it's going to be 11 to here. So it's going to be 3 hexes. This actually will be a blind hex. So it'll be a basic blind hex, and then plus 2 more for 2 hexes. So that will be a blind hex. So I won't be able to put the AR there. I can't see the guy. So I'd have to do... here, and then I have to do a second chit draw. Alternatively, I could drop it on this guy here, which I can see, I think. No, this would be a blind spot because of this rail car here. Extra chit draw. How lucky do I feel? Pretty good. Alright, so accuracy, we need a 1, We don't get. We're 5 for 3. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty shit. Whoop. Let's move the AR. Put a spotting round down there. Good channel. This guy here will sit over here. And for now, actually get rid of that. We don't need that. And that'll be it for the artillery. We have no smoke to flip over. We definitely don't want to drop any smoke now. It's a bit late in the day for that anyways. So let's go to prep fire. Now we got to get some movement going here. Stabilize our lines. Although we do have 3 turns still, we do want to get some kind of semblance of a front line. Okay, we're going to take this shot here. So we need a command die roll from him. And that fails spectacularly. So top down. 1, 2. We'll keep that handy. Put him under panic. And then we'll prep fire the 8 up. Well, if that's the case, we may as well do this guy as well. That'll get us a 12. 12 up 3. 12 up 3 into this location. 4 because I'm CX'd. 12 up 4. No effect. This guy here. We're going to move him. And then the 10-2. Barely in command. Do you see that? I rolled an 11. My 9-1 off board. You can actually come on board and do something. These 2 guys up here. That guy panicked, so he's not doing shit. The 3 squads here. Top down. 1, 2, 3. HMG. See what happens when you don't have your command. Unreal. Alright, so these guys are all going to move. And then the armor. Armor itself is going to move. So we use that same 1. Nine two here. 9-2 panics. So this is going to be a great freaking game. The heavy needs an 8 and the 4-6-7 and the adjacent squad as well, so they can all fire. That's going to put us on the 11, 15 on the 30, up 3. 10 on the 30. Rate of fire on the heavy. That'll be a, I think it's a 2 check. 10 on the 30 is a 2 check. Enough to break. We had rate of fire on the heavies, so this guy actually would have activated here. 4 up 2 is a 6 is going to be a squad and a support fortification. So the squad is going to be a 426. Fort is going to be nothing. So we have a 426 sitting sitting here. So I could fire a 2 up 1 into that location, which I think I'm going to do. 2 up 1. 5 on the 2 is an NMC, so this will be gone. Do a 1 check. NMC. Still got rate, but I don't have any other targets. I could do this guy here, but that's trying to push it, so I'm not gonna. I gotta panic the knight too. Right, half track, half track. Both are gonna move. Don't have a leader in sight, which means this guy's gonna have to take his own command, and the 248 as well. So they both panic, which sucks. You panic, and what can you do? I could move you and take a shot, so let's put a move on him. The fanatic unit will have to be dependent on this 8-1 here. He makes it. And the hero is automatically in command. So it's going to be a 6-12, and that'll be outside the factory line, so it's going to be a +4. 12 up 3 with the hero. No effect. You guys will move. This A1 needs his own command. Fails. Luckily, the other guys in charge can move, so let's do that. Stug. And you can move as well. Alright, 7-0 is in command. And they're going to move. You panic. So this is going to be the turn of German panic. Again, missing leadership. I'm in combat. So I think what I'm going to do is, this guy's actually going to fire. This guy here is going to fire as well. So it's going to be on the 12 up 3 into combat. Again, that's a Freddy. This guy loses that. The 467 half squad can fire with the hero, so it's going to be on the 6 table up 2. Nothing. Half squad and squad, so they can both fire. Isn't that nice? 12 up 2. 7 on the 12. I've probably been missing a whole bunch of snipers, by the way. 7 on the 12 is a 1. Good. And we have an allied sniper. No. You will need your own. Good, so you don't panic in the face of that T-34. What do I do with you? I guess I'm going to have to move you forward. I do have a Stuka that I can hopefully deal with this guy. Didn't work out too good last time, but hopefully I can deal with that. Would be nice if I could burn him out, but he's in debris and that's not going to catch fire anytime soon. The 10-2 down here. So out of the smoke is going to be a 16 plus 3, 6 for the building, so 16 up 6. And then you guys are going to be doing the same, except let's pick up that. Uh, 10, 17, so it's going to be on the 30 table, plus 6, 30 up 6. 14 on the 30 is going to be a pinning. He's fine. And then these guys are going to fire everything except for the squad. So that'll be on the 20 table up 20 down 1. 20 down 1. 10 on the 20. 1 check. Good enough. And the squad will move. You guys are all in command. We can pick up the medium. And let's fire adjacent. So let's move the 2 half squads. I think we want to do bait for the berserk guy. Or claim territory. So we're just going to fire these guys into this guy here. It's going to be 8, 7, 17. So on the 30, plus 1, minus 1, so 30 flat. 9 on the 30 should be a 1, 2 check. That's right, yeah, 10 was a 2 check, so 2 check. And we'll have to do another command die roll for this guy. And let's do I drop a DC? First of all, yeah, do I drop the DC? It's going to be on the 30 flat and wrong, plus 2 for the smoke, because it's going to be inside the lines of the building. So it's going to be a 30 flat, a 30 up 2 shot. But maybe I wanted to use the DC. Well, let's do a 30 flat, and then I can always throw it in the advanced phase, I guess. Alright, so up to, I keep saying flat, but it's going to be a 6 on the 30 is a K4, which is probably a very good shot. So who gets it? 1, 2, this guy here. 4 check. 1, 2. So this guy is no, you're not disrupted because you're fanatic. So he's gone. This guy would be a 9 down. 4 is a 5, so he's fine. Sniper. So I may have to throw my DC on top of the guy. The advancing fire phase. I could throw it now. Let's throw it now. Get that out of the way. May as well. So he's going to be at a +2 to the +4 plus the smoke. I guess it'd be a +6 total on this. So it's going to be a 14 on the 30, which is a pinning. And then I get a +3 to my 5 for a total of 5, +5 to that, so I'm going to be an NMC. So my hero, the leader, pinned, and squad. So I guess that's okay. Obviously would have been better if I would have pinned the other guy. But I'm whittling him down slowly but surely. You don't really have a target, except for maybe this guy here. That would be on the 16. 16 up 4, or I could fire all the way down here. The 5 rate would be halved, which would put it on the... that'd be on the 12. Be on the 12 table +3, or 16 up 4. Let's go 12 up 3. So I'm not going to affect the concealed guy. And I will DM the 2 conscripts. Uh, 9-1. 9-1 here. Alright, so he's in command, which means this mortar here can fire, but I have no target. We break it down. Let's break down the mortar, and then we can move it next turn. The tank will move. And this 10-3. These guys would have switched. 10-3. I can't even go into this hex here because there's so much smoke. It would be impossible to get a shot without some 10-3 action. If I bring my 10-3 into this location. Well, we're going to move him anyways. I think I'm going to have to fire this guy, though. Here. In the cellar. That'd be on the 16 with a +6. Have to be on the 8 up 6, or I could fire up 5 into the ground floor on the 16. Or I move. I think I'm going to move. It's just too high. Too high of a TM. Alright, that guy there. Just going to panic. The guy in front of him. He's going to move. This half squad. Panic. Actually, it would be this 7-0. Effectively, a 7 up 1 would be an 8 with command, so he's actually in command with that roll, which means all these guys here can move. And then the Stug 3G. You have no target, so you're useless. You are panicked because you have no target. This would not count, so that's gone. And you're panicked. Alright, so I think that is it for commands. Now we can get to the actual move. And let's start with our friend off board. Get him on board for 3. And then 6. This guy here is going to jump into this hex. Actually, we'll jump into this hex to claim it, and then we're going to advance into B10 to claim that hex too. Let's assault move into here. I can defensive fire at later on. You guys are going to assault move up into here. That would be a 4 up 1. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would take a 4 up 1 shot. Can I take that with a 10-2? I think I can. So we're going to go 1, 2, 5. This guy here doesn't panic, so he's going to first fire with a 4 up 1. And he Freddy's it. Nice. Alright, so that's a 2. And then we'll do a 2 up 1. 7 on the 2 will be a miss as well, so he's finaled. Oh, I got the wrong guy here. You guys aren't doing anything. Claim, claim, claim. That'll be 2. This guy here is going to have to keep moving. Start for 1. Enter that location. He does not bog. So that's 1. Quarter move would be 5, 6, 7. I got a roadblock. 8, 9, 10 for the wall, 11, 12. We'll stop there for 13. We can bring some fire to bear with that. This guy was going to keep traveling up this side of the car, so it's going to be pivot 1, 2, 3, pivot 4, 5, 6, pivot 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it should be like this over here in motion with extra move. This guy's going to do the same thing, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Come here for 1, flip for 2. Come into bypass, and we'll stop there. I have to remember to claim everything I can because it's going to come in crucial when it comes time for the boundary definition. Might be better now with the microphone, might be a little bit louder. I could do a snapshot when they enter that location, but I think I'm just going to wait for the defensive fire and then shoot then when they're adjacent. That'll be 12, 24 up 2 versus 6 flat. This guy will activate though. Up 2 is an 8, is a squad. Squad's going to be 426. And this guy as well. And that'll be nothing. All right, so we're going to do an 8, up 4, 7 on the 8, really? 1 check. Leader, squad. Fuck. 1 check, yeah, so that's enough to break. 4 residual. You guys will assault move into there, claim the territory. Tank will move into this debris. You're going to move into that debris and promptly bog. Alright, we said we're going to send you up to rally units. So bypass 1, 2, 3, bypass 4, 5, 6. So you're into that. This guy's dug in, so he only has a coax of 4, which is still quite deadly. Do I move in and try for a CC attack? Bypass 1, 2, 3. Question, do I fire at that guy? This guy's now the obvious threat. Let's pick up the ATR. So I don't think I'm going to fire at this guy. I'm going to fire at this guy with the tank. You're definitely not going to shoot. You guys can't see because of the rubble. You here. Which way am I going? This is a bypass here. All right, so we're going to pivot for 1, 2, 3. No, that's rubble. What am I doing? Where's a bypass? Right down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Bypass 5, 6. Turn 7. No. This place is ablaze now. How do I get up into here? This is the clearest, the closest bypass is right here. Unless I try the rubble. Or I come down this way. But then I'm handcuffed this way, so there's no way I can get around here. Right here. E26 is a bypass. So I have to come all the way up to here and risk bypassing here. Rubble would be a +3 to my bog. If I make my bog, I can enter this location here. Then I can bypass here. Although this E32 is not, this right here is not wide enough for a bypass, so it's probably illegal to try. I don't think I can go that way. Yeah, I'd have to come all the way back up to this area here, which is just not going to happen in the time I have available. So I don't think I can go that way. So I'm going to focus on coming down to the south. So let's put this back on that guy, and we'll move this guy first. Oh, you're supposed to fire. Oops. Well, you're going to start up for 1, pivot for 2, come over to this way, and then you're going to stop. So that'll be gone. This guy will start up, come this way for 5, 6, 7, 8. 12. And we'll stop 13. This guy's going to come here and then here. That'll activate this. Up 2 is a 4. 4 is not good. Squad, leader, fort. Shit. Squad. 2 4 2 6s. Leader's going to be a +1 for being conscript is a 9. No leader, that's good. Support weapon is an 11, is an ATR. And then a fortified. A 2 up 3 is going to be an entrenchment, but it's rubble, so no. So we basically have 2 4 2 6s. Alright, so it's going to be a 16 up 2. No joy. Two, 4. Let's move 2 for him. Get away from the sniper. So I'll move into the rail car, do some activation, and we'll get DM for these guys. Actually, no, we're not DM'd because we're not known. So let's activate first. Maybe we'll strip conceal. Up 2 is at 10. Squad fort support weapon. Squad is a 426. No support weapon. And a fortification would be no. For another 426. So it's going to be 4 up 2. This guy here. Up 2 is a squad. Another 426. And we'll fire group with the 628. And that'll be on the 8 up. Actually, it'll be half, so it'll be a 4 up 2. 5 on the 4 will be a 1 check. So that will DM you. And 1 check. Fine. Sniper. No sniper. 2 resid. Activate these 2. 1, 2. That is clutch. And then we're going to fire this guy here as well. So it'll be on the 8 up 2. 1 check. And a break. Ready to fire 2. And we're good orders, are no longer good orders, so this guy will not activate. Back to you guys. Let's move into the smoke. You guys fired out of the smoke. That would be on the 4 table. You'd be at a +3 going into a +4 5 with a commissar be +6. And the shell will be +7, so obviously that's not going to happen. Even with the fire group with the 127, it's not going to happen. You guys here probably not going to fire at that as well, although that would be an 8 up. +3, +3, 6, so 8 up 6. Yep, wrong die. 8 up 6. Salt move into that. That'll activate this guy. Let's final first. And then we'll activate that guy. That will be a plus. Actually, this guy will not activate because of the smoke. You in the cellar would. Up 2 is a squad. Squad's a 426. So it's going to be a 2 up 1. 6 on the 2 is a pinning. Oh, booby trap. Shit. Unexpected that was. Activation from this guy. That'll be an 11, and that's a gun, I think. No. 2 squads, a leader. Alright, so squad. We have a 628 and a 426. And that's debris, eh? Commissar leader. +1, -1 is going to give us probably an 8-1. Yeah, 8 up 1. Support weapon is a 4. I think it's going to be medium or no LMG. Okay. And a fort. 5 and negative. Alright, so it's going to be on the 12 with a +2. 8 on the 12 is a 1. Break. 5. 6, 4 residual. We'll come into there. And you're going to come into there. All right, Mr. Tank. So pivot for 1, 2, 3. Pivot 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the smoke. We'll stop there. You guys will bypass 1 and then into there. We're going to sit 1 guy here in a shell hole. Hopefully he lives. Action die roll so they don't panic. The 226s are fine as well, so they're all going to fire group. It's going to be on the 1430 table, +1. 8 on the 30. And heat of battle. Well, he's berserk. So that kind of worked out. Unintended, but it worked out just fine. So now we have a berserk unit sitting in the road. We have a target for these guys to attack, and they're going to flail away in the open, and then we can whack them when they're there. So this guy now has options. This guy should have been DM'd, actually, from this guy here. What are we going to do with you? I don't think we really have an option. You're just going to hang out. And then you are going to go 2. And 4. You're going to drop that. You're going to come into here. Pick up one of those. And you'll advance out. You're basically going to save the mortars from the flame, but you're just going to sit on top of the weapons and not do shit. And that basically leaves this guy here and the other tank. So let's come around. I could always drive around this way and then just come up like this. That is an option. Maybe I'll do that. You were in motion, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pivot 8, 9, 10, pivot 11, 12, 13, you'll stay in motion there. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pivot 8, 9, 10, and you'll stay in motion there. And we better not have any flames and panic happening is all I can say. I think that is it for my move. And now we can get to the defending fire. All right, 41 says no artillery strike for them. I believe that is the case. Let me check. 41. Basically, what we're looking for is a 14-15 and a 62-63. So no artillery strike for them. Shooting back. So this guy here. Panic. Good. I probably should have done an FPF shot when I had moved, but if I play semi-smart, I would have waited until the defensive fire phase. This guy here, panic. Good to see the dice are working both ways. And we're going to have a 16 up too. 8 on the 16 is a 1 check, so the crew. And the 248. I had rate, so let's go again. 8 up 2. NMC, we have the crew and the half squad. Half squad's now broke too. And no more rates. You guys. We're going to fire everything onto there. So that's going to hurt. It's going to be 12, 24 up 4, so 8 on the 24. 2 check versus the hero. And the 548. Both are fine. Sniper. Sniper's a 3. We could final, but not much point. We don't want them going berserk. Well, let's do it anyways. 4 up 4. Here. Panic. "12 up 2. NMC, hero, 237, heat of battle, and the 467, who's fine. Heat of battle. That will be battle hardened, and we get another hero. Very nice. And this guy's fine. Sniper. We have a 2. It is the north sniper or south sniper, which goes 4 for 3. One, 2, 3. So it's going to pin this guy here. Just moved into position. No claiming territory for him. Six up 3. Four up 2. 4 up 1. Cowers. So it's going to be on the 1 table. Up 1's a 5 is a pinning. Another casualty reduction. Booby traps. Well, I guess I'm not jumping on the tank. The tank itself, it panics. I'm pinned, and there's a panic tank I can't jump on unless I use these guys here. You. Panic. You. Second line, so you panic too. That will be a 4 up 1. Two up 1. Let's final with a 12 up 1. 5 on the 12 will be a 2. 2 is fine for those guys, so they're fine. And you guys are in the smoke, so again, really not going to do shit. You guys here. Panic. Oh, this is clutch. I can jump into hand-to-hand now because you're panicked. Not good order, which means I can move in, even if you're fortified. Very nice. Nothing's going to happen there. Nothing's going to happen there. And you still have rate, but there's not much point firing at a broken guy. 4 up 2. Yeah. Alright, advancing fire. Spread some flame. Let's go to the, let's go clockwise. Nothing can burn here, so E41. We have a flame. D40. D39. E38. I guess I'm not passing by there anymore. D36. Yep. Oh wait, no, that's a vehicle blaze, so I don't have to worry about that just yet. This guy, however, this lumberyard. No, thank you. Turn into a blaze. And the other guy as well, yes. Rubble D32. Spread, that would be no. E32 for blaze, that would be yes. Smoke will go down in the rally phase. And then other advanced shooting. Here we're going to have a 4 flat. 1, 2. You're broken and you're pinned. Yeah, that's right. And then a 4 up 2. Get the Stug, get some acquisition. How am I going to save that situation up there? I'm going to have a conscript facing off against a tank. I don't think I have to worry about the tank getting jumped by the conscript, but nonetheless, let's fire on the broken guy. And I could really use a flamethrower in this bunch here, but I used up that real quick. That'll be 5. This will bring it up to a 6 up 2. 8 on the 4 is going to be a miss. Then we're going to fire an 8 up 3. No joy. Can I do a 4 up 4? Is that possible? 4 up 4. 4 up 4. Snake Eyes would be a NMC, which would be a cower, so I can't even DM them. That's sad. But I am going to jump into combat, which means those guys are going to be DM'd anyways, so I think I'm okay from that perspective. You guys are fine. I don't have to worry about that. Tank, no point firing because I'm shrouded in smoke. Same with the squad. You guys are going to fire on the 1 table flat. And then on the 8 table up 3. 8 on the 8s and NMC. 628. Pinned. 426. Pinned. Casualty reduced. Do I jump on those guys? They would be pinned +1 for ambush. Lax +1 for ambush. So that's a +2. If I can get ambush and hand-to-hand, I would be a 1 to 2. I would need a 6 with a -1 chance of killing him. But that's a real risk. I don't think I'm going to do that. And you... Oh, sniper I missed. Alright, and that's going to be it for the advancing fire. Let's go to route. Alright, so you guys have to move. That'll be 2 squad and a half, eh? Actually, you know, that's a blind hex because of the rubble. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, no, you can go 1, 2, 3, and then into here. Because that is a squad equivalent, so you can come into this location and you'll all be able to rally. The bottom 2 will not be DM'd. That works out. You guys will slide back 1 hex. You'll come to the 10-3. Not rally terrain, but it is a 10-3, so that'll make up for that. And that'll be that once this guy moves to here. Let's go 2-4 and back into the fortified. I think that's probably a wiser course of action. Yeah, all right, so that is it for the German routes. Let's move the Russians. They're going to low crawl 1 hex to the Commissar. You guys are kind of screwed now. You have to go. You're gone failure. No, you can go north. No, you can't because of this guy. You guys are gone failure to route. You guys are gone for failure to route, because you're going to move south, find out you got these guys, and then you're going to be gone, failure to route. So this will be here on the ground, then you'll be gone. All right. 2, 4, 2, 4. You can't make it into the building because it's going to cost you 3. You don't have to move because you're not in open ground. So you're fine. Three, 6. No. 1 to get out of the trench. That'll be 4, 5, 6. Get into the rubble for the rally terrain. One to get out of the ditch, or is that 2? I'm not sure. 4, 5, 6. So you can make it. We'll give this guy his own DM. You're disrupted, so you're going to keep moving as well. 1 hex at a time. You guys are going to make it now to the building. And that'll be it for the route. Okay, so now we can do the events. You guys are coming to there. Claim that. Get into that. Claim that. A CX'd and panicked 426 in ambush terrain. I think I have to do that. Activate him. That would be no. +2, no. This guy would activate. Up 2 is a 12. 12 gets us a squad, fortification, and a gun. Squad is a 628. We are fortified with a 1. 1 is an entrenchment, and then the gun is going to be an 8. Which is a 45, so we're not going to get any guns. So 628 in a trench. Yeah, 628 in a trench right there. H14. 2 is a squad. Squad's going to be a 426. That is an 11. We said squad, I believe, for that. Squad leader. So squad. 426s. A leader's going to be with a +1 to 10. There's going to be no leader. Are we fortified? We are, with a +1. Gets us a obstacle, which is looking like it's going to be a wire. And then 7 is no. So 2 426s with a wire. Two 426s with a wire. And we're going to put the wire on top of G16 for there. Claim that. Activate 2 more guys. 1, 2. 1 yes, 1 no. G18. Up 2 is a 7, so that would be no. And you're going to come into the ditch. That'll be a fortification that we can gain as well. And this guy will activate. Let's roll that. Lax Panic would be a +2 for ambush, and it would be a -2 for combat when you're panicked, I think it is. Let me confirm. No, +2 to ambush and a -1 to CC resolution. So you're going to be lax and a +2, so it's going to be a +3 to your ambush. It would be a 1-to-1. I would have a +3 to the Russian ambush. Good chance of ambush. If I get it, I could attack hand-to-hand with a 7 with a -2. So I think that's worth doing. I just better roll low. Activate this guy. No. I don't want to really throw more guys into this combat, but I think I have to resolve it one way or the other. Do I want to do that, though? 1-to-2 is going to be a 6... 1-to-1. No, he's 3-to-2, so that's going to be an 8. 3-to-2 is going to be an 8 coming back, so I'm going to have to send in another unit. I could send in the half squad and be 1-to-1, which would be 7s all around. Or I could outnumber him, but lose a squad. Let's send in the half squad, and we're just going to go 1-to-1. And then this guy will come into here. Alright, before we do anything, let's get a patsy. And the other guy. Alright, so I got one guy in, one guy not. A panicked, buttoned up, immobile tank should be a kill, but we have no guarantees. We'll send in the half squad to claim territory and activate this guy. That would be no. Up 2 is a 12. Squad fortification gun. Squad is going to be a 628. It's not good. Fortified in rubble, so it's not going to happen. And the gun is going to be a 45 long. So again, we have no gun. So we're getting quite lucky that we're generating only 45s and not too much in the way of 76s. Which would really hurt. Everybody else is going to stay in place, I think. This is going to go in. Hero, 2 squads. I got 2 choices to go. Let's go into this guy here. We'll DM the guy above us, and we're going to DM the guy to the right. No, he's in the cellar, so never mind. Shit, I forgot he's in the cellar. So we might be having a couple of 628s coming up to greet us. Oh, this guy is DM'd though. And this guy's going to go up a level. Alright, engineers, we're jumping in. Which means you guys can now come forward. Just to claim territory, start up our lines. We want to have nice clean lines. So it's going to be sitting in a boulevard, which is not great, but should be okay. Here. I'm going to send in... You're going to go upstairs. That's going to cost 2 move. If I put you into combat, you're going to be CX. It's going to cost you 4 move. But I'll outnumber the 426, who's going to be lax. So we're going to be a +1 for both sides for combat, for ambush, I should say. But I'll be at a +1 to my ambush, to my combat. So I guess I can't do that. 9-1's going to jump into the weapons stack, and the 467 will come here. Coming to there, that'll CX him. I don't know if you can CX when you're wounded, I can't remember. And you're going to stay there. Oh, this guy was supposed to route. Alright, so that is the advanced phase. Do some close combat. We can call a wrap for the German turn 5. Alright, so this guy here. So we have a lax Russian and we have a German. So the German is at a 6. We have a 2 for the relaxed Russian. He has ambush. So we're going to go hand to hand. We're 2 to 1. That may not be enough. 2 to 1 with a -1 is enough. So he kills me quite easily. Interesting. Okay, here. Ambush, I'm at a -1. So I'm at a 2. Russian is at a 3. There's no ambush. Wrong. He's at a +2 for panic, so he's at a 5. And I'm at a 2, so I do have ambush. So I'm going to go hand to hand with 17 to 6. 2 to 1 odds. I need a 9 with a -2. Alright, so I kill him. Claim another piece. This location here. Ambush. He's at a +2. I'm at 0. I have a 5. He's at a 3. So thank fuck he's panicked. No ambush. 9 to 6 is going to be 3 to 2. So I need a 6. And he's going to take on a leader in the squad, a 1 to 1. So he's going to need a 5. So I need a 6 with a -1. And he's at a 5 with a +1. Huh. Interesting. Alrighty, ambush here. Actually, this is not ambush terrain, so I don't think I get ambush. CCV is a 5. Panic is going to be a -1 to my roll. Immobile is a -2. So I need a 7 or less to kill it. And I failed. ATMM. No, I need to be elite to get ATMM. Is there anything else I can do in that area, that situation? No. Immobile and... Oh, wait. That's buttoned up, but that's only for ambush. +2, +3, +5. If I would have been an ambush terrain, I would have had a +5 for ambush. Base 5. Alright, so he attacks back at a 4 to 1. 4 is going to be 1 to 1. And he gets a +1. So he needs a 5 with a +1. And of course he kills me. No, wait. He needs a 5 with a +1. So 4 is a 5. So yes, that would be correct. Unreal. Unreal. Can't even win a combat against a panic tank. Here, do I even bother? Yeah. Yeah, well, at least I get ambush. So I get an 1-to-1 with hand-to-hand, and we're going to get ambush and panic, so it's going to be a -2. 7 with a -2. Alright, managed to kill both squads. This one here, 1-to-1. We need 7s all around. Half squad. Half squad. Who gets it? The half squad, full squad? Are you shitting me? God damn it. What is with these die rolls? Here, ambush terrain. He is at a lax +1, CX +2, and panic is a +4. One-to-one with a -2. One-to-one with a +2. Well, at least he didn't kill me, which is something, I guess. And that is a pathetic round of close combat. I will not lie. Alright, so you get conceal. You get conceal. No. No. You would have got conceal if you could have killed this fucking guy. The panicked CX lacks conscript squad, and I cannot get ambush. +4 to ambush, and I cannot even get that. A panicked, buttoned up T-34, and I cannot kill it. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. I forgot to advance you, so let's get into the street. And I think at that point you would not be getting conceal anyways, so it doesn't matter. And I think that is it. Pins off. And let's go to the Russian turn 5, see how bad it can get. Well, they don't get an RE, so there is that. Wind change, nothing. Fanatic down there, I don't think we care about that. They get 4 rallies. Where do we want them to come back? These are conscripts. Oh, those are disrupted, so they only went 1 hex. We don't care about conscripts. We do have these two guys here in the cellar. Let's bring them back. 1, 2. 1 yes, 1 no. This guy for sure. That's 3. And this guy here. Alright, normal rallies. Four sixes again. 1, 2, 3, 4. This time we got 2. All right, so other rallies that we have. Keep yours, and then we'll move into the German side of things. That'll come off. 10-3. Can we save that guy? Not today. Take that off. He's more or less just going to hang around in the open. I'm still pissed off about that CC. Alright, the two not DM guys. 1, 2. And then the two DM'd 7s. 1, 2. Nice knowing ya. Uh, 10 down 4 would be a 6, so that would be a hell yeah, Bubba. All right, and into the All right, 15 says they get an artillery strike. So what kind is it going to be? A 16. 16's going to give us a... a 7. It's going to give us an 80 millimeter mortar, which is, you know, not too bad. The question is, where do we drop it? Where do we drop it? Normally you drop it on a stack of 3 closest to, or unit silhouette of 3 closest to the enemy board edge, or on a heavy weapon that fired. So you can tell this is going to be a bit of a cluster F. I could drop it on here, but it's going to deviate. Alternatively, I could drop it up here, which would also not be bad, but then again, I got to worry about deviating, in which case it would cancel. I could support this railway station, which would not be a bad idea. I'd have to drop it on... No, I think I'm going to have to drop it on that guy there. I could drop it on the 10 too. He did fire last turn. Yeah, let's drop it down there. Alright, so... Alright, it can be accurate on a... we're looking at a 15 here. Half on die roll less than or equal to 2. So it's not accurate, so it's going to go with full extent, 5 for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically we're looking at flame creation in rubble 837 and in 839. So that is possible flame. That is flame. We have a blaze or flame in here. All right, that's FFE2. Could have gone better. Other shoosting that we have. That's a fire command, but nobody to fire at. You could fire at the melee. That would probably be ill-advised. You guys here, don't panic, so you're next door. It'll be an 8 on the 8. Fine. Unit under the wire is going to be a 8 up 2. This guy would have activated as well. 9 up 2 is an 11 and 2 squads. Squad. 2 4 2 6s, a leader plus 1's and 8s. Gets us a possible commissar. No, so we have an 8-0 and 2 4 2 6s. Are we fortified? No, that's debris, so we could be with a +2. Would be an obstacle. And the obstacle is going to be nether wire. So put the wire on him this time, and then a support weapon is an 8. Gets us a light mortar 3s, change squad to a half squad. Alright, so one of these will be a half squad, and we'll give him a mortar. Too close to shoot, so it's going to be a 6 up 2 into that rail car. 6 up 2, no effect. Panic. That is a fire command, so they're going to fire into this guy here. That's going to be an 8 up 3. No joy. Rate of fire 4 up 3. Nothing. You guys next door. Panic would have been nice. It's going to be up 4, so it's going to be a 10 on the 24. One check. Right, the hero. And the fanatic 468. 548. Eight up 4. That's a fire command, but you have no target. Let's move. This will suck up all your move. Well, you do have a leader, though, so... Actually, no, you're going to stay there. You're not going to move. You panic. That is a move command, but you're going to fire instead because you have somebody adjacent. Let's fire here. 12 up 2. 8 on the 12's a 1. And we have 2 heroes. Unwounded, wounded. And the 467. 2 snipers. 1, 2. Eight up, 12 up 2. Cowards, it's going to be 8 on the 8 NMC. Too hot to handle. Second line cowards, I think, on a 4. Nice. So you cower. Or I should say panic. And then the 426. We'll fire 8 up 2. 7 is a 1 check. Sniper. Tank. Not panic this time. It's going to fire the cannon. Oh, let's do the machine gun first. So it's going to be 12 up 1. 11 on the 12 is a miss, and then the cannon breaks his gun. Good to see. Guy in the cellar. Let's move him. That's a fire command, but he's got no target. So again, we're just going to move him. And the 628 there is firing next door. Let's do a 12 up 3. That'll be a pinning task check. Another booby trap. Alright, the 2 conscripts panic, and the rest of the guys move. You guys here gonna fire next door, 8 up 3. You. I'm going to combine now. They're not moving. They're going to combine in the next turn, but I'm going to do it now before I forget. All right, and then you guys here. Now, you could fire up north. That would be on the 4 table. But you'd be firing with a +3 for the smoke you're in, 5 for the smoke you're shooting into, 7 with the smoke. Yeah, so you basically have nothing you can do. So I think your job is going to be to move. You got to be good order, so you guys can't even combine in the rally phase. You're going to move, get out of that building into the railway station. You are going to fire 8 up 4. Cellar Dweller is going to hang out. No, let's do a 2 up 2. There we go. 5 on the 2 is an NMC. And a sniper on both sides. German and Russian. 2-2. Alright, so the German is going to be a 4 for 5 from the north sniper. 4 for 5. One, two, three, 4, 5. Right. So unfortunately, it's only a pin, so it doesn't really matter. Let's go into here. Maybe we can tag the leader. Conscript leader? No, so the conscript is going to be pinned. And the Russian's going to be the south squad sniper. Goes 5 for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll be coming to this guy here, and he'll be pinned. All right, that was you. The stack here is a 6 as a fire command. So you're gonna move. No, you can fire. That'll bring it up to 12 firepower. Yeah, you'll fire. That's fine. It's gonna be a 12 up 3. That'll be a miss. And then we're going to do a 20 up 2. That'll be a miss. 13 on the 20 is a miss. Four up 2. Let's fire into that squad. It's gonna be on the 6 table up 2. 6 on the 6 is a 1 check. Enough to break. And I have rate, so let's fire on this guy here with a 4 up 4. No, that would be, let's fire on the leader. 4 up 3. All right. And then you guys cower. All right. Russian move. Berserks. So the closest is going to be the guys in the street, movement-wise. Hex-wise, it's going to be the same, but you're not going to be able to reach him, so I think it would make sense to charge this guy here. So let's get some defensive fire. We'll do a 6 down 3. That's a big fat Freddy. And I think I'm going to let them go. Although this would be a good chance to kill them all. I need this 10-2 to make a command die roll. Which means I can then fire you guys. Into this. With you as well. Alright, so that's going to be 10, 17, 34. I guess there's no point firing this right now. This here is 30, so no, you're going to fire separate. So this is going to be 30, down 3, 5 on the 30 is a 1 KIA. So who gets it? Top down. 1, 2, 3. So you're dead. You guys are casualty reduced. And that was an 11. No, that was an 8. So I had no rate of fire, so you guys are done. Then if I do a 4 down 3, that's going to be on the 2 table. It's going to be a 1 on the 2 is a 1 KIA again. So you're both going to be gone. 1, 2. So you're gone, and then this other guy will be casualty reduced, so he'll be gone as well. So this is a 12. And you have first fired. Alright. Now, I still have a berserk guy in the street that has a target, but he can't get in because they are fortified. Other moves. You're going to jump into this location as well as these guys here. So I'll do that all in defensive fire. You're going to come upstairs. You'll advance into combat. I don't think I have any other moves. No, I don't. Alright, so defending fire. Artillery. We have contact. We have access. Let's move it 3 hexes and we'll convert. So we're going to drop it right on top of this guy that we can see now. I think we can see him. Yes, this was our blind hex here. Or sorry, our start of our blind hex. So 1, 2, 3. We can see this hex right down the spine. And so we can see him, move it 3, and then we're going to convert in place. Are we accurate? We need a 1. And we can be 1 hex off. So we're going to go 1, which is just about where I wanted anyways. This is only going to be 100 millimeters, so not the greatest, but it'll do. Target hex is a 6, up 3 is a 9 on the 20. Is a 1 check. So activation. That will be yes. Up 2 is a squad. Squad's going to be a 628 NKVD. And he's broken. We can't do shell holes, so let's do this guy in a shell hole. 6 up 1 is a 7. It's going to give us a 2 check. G7. Up 3 is a 10 is a 1. Up 2 is a 7 though, so that's going to be no activation. In the debris, this will be a +1, so it's going to really... I don't even get an activation. Bullshit. And then E6. 9s will be 1 check again. Activation 6. So we cleared up some suspects. Alright, OBA is down. Shooting. I don't want to activate just yet. Let's do with what we have right now. You guys have to move. I could whack you. That would probably be advisable. Hit you now rather than let you run away. So let's do 10-2. And it will be on the 20 flat. 6 on the 20. Should be at least a 2. 3 check. Leader, broken, half squad. And rate on the 12 up, 12 flat. 1 check. Leader, casualty reduction, wounded, and the squad is gone. Wounded, not flipped. We're not going to waste a shot. You need this 9-2 to do his job. Now we're going to do an 8 up 2. This will be a 6 up 2. If one round HE. We have a +1, +2 for buttoned up, -3, so that's going to be a hit. Rate of fire on the 12 table. We have a Freddy. Alright, so hit again. That'll be a hit. Acquired twice. That means it's going to be a +2 -4. Makes that 8. A 10, 5. That will be a critical hit. Because of the -2. So it's going to be a critical hit. Russian sniper on the 24, down 1. Okay, so they're dead. And we'll get rid of the MG2. Russian sniper's a 4. Here, 8-1. Let's do a 12 up 3. 8 on the 12 is going to be a 1 check for the commissar. 6 to 8. Oh, lovely. So you're half squatted. And broken. 4-2-6 and a 2-2-6 are both fine. And we have Allied Sniper again. No sniper. And let's do a 11. You'll fire separate. We'll do an 8 up 3. That's another 1 check. Commissar. Broken and 426. And the 226. So nothing there. Sniper. And then the 247 and the 838 are going to fire on the 20 up 2. 10 on the 20 is a 1. Heat of battle, that's not good. 426 pinned, and the 226 is broken. And heat of battle roll. We got a berserk 628. Interesting. +4 -2 would be a +2 net. That would be a miss. And the 467, panic. All right, so you're going to be firing on the 16 up 2. 6 on the 16 is a 2 check. So my 247, that's berserk. And a 328. Both fine. Should I throw the DC? It seems excessive to throw the DC, but I really want to get rid of this guy here. Let's throw the DC. Alright, well that sucks. So they get a +4, which is going to be a 12 on the 30. Is a 1 check. I get a +3, I get a 6, so I'm going to be a 14. I get a pinning. Pinning for me. I'm not pinned. And they get a 1 check. So berserk guy. And the 328. Nothing. Shit. All that for nothing. Oh well. We'll get him yet. We'll get him yet. Eight zero. And then we'll do 8. Quick math. 12. 12 of 1. 1 check. You panic. And we'll do a 4 up 3 here. 4 up 3. Say Hail Mary. Probably should not have tried that, but two up. You panicked. I never should have rolled. If I don't roll, I don't panic. You're going to have to fire on to that guy there. So it's going to be +3 through the smoke. 2 through the smoke. Cancel out by the leadership. So it's going to be a +3 on the 20. 20 up 3. 7 on the 20. That's enough to 2 check. Not, yeah, you're just broken. Alright, saved by the MGs. 12 firepower. I could fire 6 up, 2 into here. No joy. And I got my plane still, eh? Well, let's drop a plane on here. I'm away from friendly units by 4 hexes. Actually, that's not true. Let's go like this. This way I'm not within 4. I am still because of you. Son of a bitch. I'm going to be extra +1 for the task check. Sighting task check. That might not be enough. Yeah, I don't think Neil has the charts for the air. +3, target in a building. Not entirely concealed is a -2. Friendly unit is a +1. So we have a net +4. Sorry, +4 and a -2 is a net +2. That would be a miss. So I'm going to need a 6 or less to hit that unit. So this guy misses. Do I send one at the tank and worry about my own broken half squad? What are the chances of my broken half squad taking out that tank? +1 for debris. -1 vehicle, cancel. +1 friendly unit. -2 not entirely concealed is a net -1. That would be a 9 or less I need to hit. I'm going to pin my own guy, my own half squad in combat. What are my chances? This guy has a 3 for CCV. Dug in is a -1. So I need a 4 or less to kill it in close combat, which is probably not going to happen. So I'm going to do that. Sighting task check. Alright, so I sight in. I'm going to hit him up for 4 machine gun. I guess I don't have to shoot my machine gun. I can just drop the bomb and take my... I mean, the guy's screwed anyway, so let's just hit him up with 4. No, that's not. We're just going to drop the bomb. Roll to hit. That is a miss. Dug in is a +1. I missed the frickin' target. Are you shitting me? That's 0 for 2. And let's do one more for good measure. Alright, that'll be a hit. That will be a near miss because, again, the dug in is going to be a plus. No, it's not. It's actually... No, wait a minute. I'm thinking of a dug in... a cupola as a +1. A dug in tank I don't think is a +1. Is it? Just a second there. I have to look for a dug in tank. Yes, dug in tank is a +1 target size. So that's going to be a near miss, which means I attack it on the HE with the 100. And it's going to be a collateral against the infantry with the same attack. So HE, the 100 is going to be a 10. Aerial armor factor for the 6 is going to be a 3. So that 10 goes up to an 11 because it's coming down from the air, and down 3 is going to be an 8 or less to get a kill with a Stuka. Alright, so I got kill with the Stuka, and the 8 also acts as a residual, or sorry, a hit on the 20 versus the infantry, which should be a +1 for the debris. No, that would have been on the to-hit roll. So it's not going to be any TM, which means it's going to be a straight-up 8, which is a 2 check. 7 is a 2 check on the 20 versus the 247. And they will ELR. But the T-34 is destroyed, so... I guess we took 3 planes to get the job done, but job done. Alright, park those guys up for next time. And other defending fire we have down here. The 10-3. He's going to unload with his 12 flat into there. 5 on the 12 is at least a 2. 2 check. 1, 2. Wow. Two would be a 6. Up 5 would be an 11. So you're going to be disrupted and broken, and you're going to be broken. And rate was a sniper as well. Alright, and then we're going to do what? Nothing, because I don't think we can see this guy. We're going to try a shot at F-44 though. Look at that, I can make it. Isn't that nice? So it's going to be a 12 flat. Again, it's going to be a 9, it'll be an NMC. 426 is ELR, disrupted. And the 2 disrupted guys, 1, 2, are... One's good, the other one is reduced. And then we'll do a 4 up 5 or 4 up 2. 4 up 2. And I may as well fire these guys. That is 9, 16, so it's going to be on the 30 table plus 7. 30 up 7. No, 30 up. Yeah, 7 because I have a 9-1. So 12 on the 30 is a 1 check. Come on, really? And rate on the gun, so 12, 24 up 7. Nothing. Gun's not going to bother firing, or the tank won't. You. That'll miss. Acquire twice. This guy. Miss, acquire twice. And that'll be it for the defending fire. Spread some beautiful flame. Where are we going first? So, I forgot to put smoke down. Smoke from those spreading fires would have affected this, shot. This tank would not have died. No, the tank still would have died. It would have been harder to hit. It still would have been a near miss. It would have been +2 for smoke. The sighting task check still would have been good. Nothing would have changed. It just would have been harder to hit. And I still hit with a near miss. So that's fine, but we would add smoke. So let's get that smoke now. Before I forget again. Where else do we land? I think that was it. Alright, so back to spreading flame. Let's go to D40 first. D39. And then we'll turn E41 into a blaze. No. E38. No. Alright, spread flame to D34. No. D32. Yes. E31. No. F31. No. G34 into a blaze. No. E34 into a blaze. No. Alright, so that'll be that. No new blazes to spread smoke. So I think we're good. Advancing fire doesn't really have. Nothing moved into position where it could really do anything. Let's take a quick look. You guys here. So this will be a 2 up 1. Yeah. And that's about that. So route phase. Actually, doesn't one of these become... Yeah, F46 becomes historical strong point, I think. When that unit's activated in it. I forgot to add that. These guys should be in here. Which probably meant that guy came back last turn if I rallied him. You guys have to move. So you're going to go 1 hex. You can't. You're occupied there. You have 2.5, so you can fit into here. Everybody here is disrupted, so that commissar has a job to do next turn. This guy is going to run into here. You guys will come into there. You guys are going to go to upper floor here with this guy here. And then you are going to have to leave the building. 1, 2, 3, 6. That'll be 6. You got to leave the building. Do I move the commissar? I can't leave willingly. So the answer to that, I guess, is no. You're going to have to come this way. I'm going to leave that guy behind. He's disrupted and he's only a half squad. And we're just going to move this guy here. I guess it's no better. Alright, so we want to get into the building. Still DM, so you can come here. You'll come into this one. You'll come there. Two, 4, 6. You guys are not going into there, so let's get out of the FFE. 1 hex that way. Into H7. And then we'll do the Germans. Yeah, I guess you're kind of stuck now, aren't you? You got blazes all around you. You, my friend, are kind of screwed. Yeah, you'll come back there, that's fine. Get out of the line of fire. That'll be it for the routes, and then we'll go to advance. Get out of the cellar. Might be a bad choice, I don't know. You guys, we said weren't going to move because we want you to recombine. Do you want to jump on the guy in combat? I don't think so. I'm lax. He's not. I don't think we want to do that. All right, and then close combat. Melee ongoing, 1-to-1. This CX would have come off, so now it's just going to be 5s all around. They need a 5. They have casualty reduction, and I kill him. Another piece of property. The ongoing saga 1-to-1 is a 7. Ha! And 1-to-2 is a 6. Wow. That finally ended, so I can finally go back to normal. And here, 3-to-2 is a 6. And a 4 for the 1-to-2. Nothing. And that's that. Turn 6 for the Germans. All right, do we have any concealment gain for the Russians? Yes, you guys would have been concealed. No, 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 no. Okay, and that is that. So, not making too bad progress for the Germans. It would have been nice to get into this area a little bit more, but we didn't have the push that we wanted. We only have 3 more movement phases left, and then we're done. And I still have to bring on my reinforcements into the south, which might let me push into the children's home. So if I can get that, if I can this block sorted out by the nighttime, it would be really great. Otherwise, it'll be quite dense. Railway station is in my hands, except for this here. I've got a smattering of guys. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put these guys into a full squad before I forget. They're going to do that in the next turn. So let's get rid of the pins now. In the next German turn 6, they're going to recombine. So we've got 2 crews and a conscript squad holding down the fort against a berserk guy. So with any luck, I can put a pin on them or a panic maybe, and then we can jump into that hex, and then I can control the building. Fires are burning down the rail station as per normal, the railway cars. And this other railway station is almost mine as well, so not doing too bad. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. And that was the complete turn 6, and we'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye.